Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Wine. I'm Sam.
I wasn't ready. It's like, hold on. Let me have a sip of coffee.
Okay.
Okay, now we can welcome them.
Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Wine. I'm Sam.
I'm Heather.
And I just got back from Kentucky Bourbon Fest earlier last week, whatever. It's Friday, and I went last week. Friday, yes. But Heather was not able to go.
Sadly, I worked. So I will be hearing about everything with you guys.
Yes. So we're going to dive through it. We're going to do a recap. We're going to show you guys some of the footage. And we're going to basically tell you what you need to know, what you can expect, and give you a couple tips and tricks to survive KBF next year, because I hope you guys will be there. It is a lot of fun. So yeah, Kentucky Bourbon Fest. This was my first time going, and
it's in Bardstown.
Yeah, if you don't know what Kentucky Bourbon Fest is, we should probably preface that.
Yeah. Start there.
Kentucky Bourbon Fest is an annual event. This was their 34th year. Next year will be their 35th. And all of these craft distillers and big distillers in Kentucky show up in Bardstown, Kentucky, which is the bourbon capital of the world. They put up tents and all of these giant activity things, and they bring a ton of different bottles you can purchase. You can try different ones, and each day they have something a little bit different that they'll be releasing. It's just like a giant bourbon tasting festival for 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's awesome. It's a ton of fun. There's a lot going on. It's very overwhelming. I think there were 64 distilleries that were there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, something like that. There was a ton, absolute just crap ton of distilleries. So no, I did not get to taste all of the distilleries because that would be madness over 3 days. You can probably do it, but I did not want to try that.
Let's not make an Epcot version of Kentucky
Drink around
bourbon.
Kentucky. Honestly, that'd be awesome, not gonna lie. That's
Maybe
definitely, maybe, we'll see. But
it can be like a bingo board. And you gotta go for blackout.
Yeah, you're probably going to blackout.
That's the whole point. Blackout for the, I don't know. Anyways, we didn't do that.
No, we did not do that. We were very specific about where we went and what we did. And I'm saying we because in Heather's stead, my brother Daniel went with me instead, and he was basically my camera guy. Well, I was his camera guy for day one, and then he was my camera guy for day two. But yeah, so that's what Kentucky Bourbon Fest is. It's a lot of fun. It's a huge event. Online, it said that there were like 10,000 tickets sold. I don't think there were 10,000 people there. There might have been like 7,000 something or stuff. I think it was over 5,000.
Oh, wow.
But it's a giant area that you're in, so it doesn't ever feel too crowded. Yes, there are some long lines for getting things, but it didn't feel overly crowded for the most part.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So we're going to start way at the beginning for this. If you want to do Kentucky Bourbon Fest next year, here's what you need to know. Firstly, you should definitely go check out, I'll see if I can put the website up here and I'll put it down in the description as well. Go check out their website, subscribe to it so you can get early access and basically make sure you can get the tickets and the events you want to get. Because if you don't, you might not get something. It sells out ridiculously quickly. Mm-hmm. I literally had the VIP in my cart and I accidentally refreshed the page and lost it. I was one of the first people to get it and I lost it within, I think it was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
VIP was just gone.
Like you gotta be on it. It's
high stakes.
Yeah.
Once you're going and you're figuring out, okay, I got my ticket. Next up is the hotel. A ton of people are like, you need to book your hotel significantly far out in advance. I think I booked ours a month before. And we were over in Elizabethtown, which is about 20 minutes away, which again, for us is not bad at all. So
I think it just depends. If you want to be within walking distance, those options are going to fill up very quickly.
Very quickly. And they're going to be expensive.
If you are going to have, tradesies of one day somebody being the designated driver and then like one day somebody doing the tastings.
Yeah. If you're going to play it smart. Or if you want to Uber, Ubering wasn't even that expensive. I looked at it, I think it was like $17 for an Uber.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah.
So, wherever you stay, just kind of have a game plan for how you will then transport yourself safely from the bed to the fest.
And back.
Hopefully back.
Hopefully back. And for us, when we got there on day one, we got there at 12:15, and the doors open at 12, or gates open at 12, open at 11 for VIP. We got there at 12:15, and we stood in line, I think it was for 15 minutes and 28 seconds or something like that.
So specific. Give or take 4 seconds, you know?
Yeah. I have a video of it, so you guys will get to see the video. But it didn't take long. Like, people are like, oh, you're standing in line for hours and waiting to get in. The only time you're going to be waiting to get in is if you're one of those people who you really want to get a specific bottle and you didn't get VIP, or if you did get VIP and you're there, first person in line. I'm betting the first person was there at like 8 a.m., 7 a.m., something like that. Something ridiculous.
Okay, so yeah, if you get there that early to try to get
a good spot. Yes, you're going to be standing in line for a while. But if you get there just when doors are getting ready to open, you won't be standing in line for more than 20, 30 minutes. It's not that bad. So
that's good to know. I think it, again, really depends if you have a specific bottle that you know you want, or if you're more there to just peruse.
Right. And for us,
you might have like a checklist of like distillers that you want to see versus,
And for us, there was one bottle that we were like, we need to see if we can get this. And that was Penelope Cigar's cask, and we did get it. So we're good. Which brings me to the next point. If you want to get something from one of the, what I call the big boys, so the big distilleries, the non-craft guys, yes, you're probably going to need to get VIP, and you will be standing in line for a hot minute. There were some of those lines that were like 70, 80, 100 people deep.
Wow.
And they were not moving quickly. So that can happen.
Yeah. And I think, again, if that's like a distillery or a specific bottle release that you're really passionate about, then maybe staying in line that long will give you access to that bottle. And, like that could be a huge highlight of your weekend. But I think it also kind of highlights, not to just ignore some of the craft distilleries that are there, because they can have really phenomenal options, and you might be able to try something new versus just going for the, specific big name release. And you can do a mixture of both things between the days.
Like, if you want to start over with the big boys or start over with the craft, I would say start with one and then move to the other. So for us, we went straight to Penelope for two reasons. One, I want to taste and hopefully get a bottle of cigar cask, and my brother wanted to taste the American light whiskey, which he really enjoyed. I also wanted to go see that one dude, Ryan, which I did get to chat with him for a little bit. So shout out, Ryan. It's good to see you, man. So I really wanted to get over there and do that. So we made a beeline as soon as we got in. We're like, okay, Penelope.
Go.
And then we were like, okay, then we got to find water, because we had hydration packs. So we had the Camelback backpacks to make it so we didn't have to hold a water bottle, which was absolutely game changer. We got so many compliments on that. I'm betting there's going to be so many people running around with Camelbacks next year. You guys heard it. We were I should say the first, but there was one other person I saw with a Camelback the entire weekend, besides me and Daniel. So we made a beeline to Penelope, grabbed our water, and then we just spent the rest of the time just slowly going through all the craft distilleries, trying different things. I didn't try too much right off the bat for the craft, because I've tried most, if not all, of the craft that was there.
Yeah, you've done
basically, I did the entire craft tour. So that's where we started, and then we went through, tasted around the craft area, and then met up with some friends, some other influencers, chatting with them, and just kind of hanging out. There's a lot that's also going on that's not tasting whiskey. There's this Pursuit Minutes, or Pursuit Proof Points. That's what it was, Proof Points. Proof Points was what Pursuit was putting on, and it was like this very short, condensed, I guess, TED Talk that they were hosting, and there was a ton of different people who would come up and talk for a little bit about some specific topic, move on. It was super fun. And there was also the main stage. They had things going on. There was music, there's other little events. There was a lot to do that wasn't just drinking whiskey. So if you want to go and just hang out, you're still going to have a good time. There's a lot to do. Also, there's a lot of bottles to buy.
Also, when did you guys eat? What are the food options? I haven't heard about that yet.
So they have food trucks on the outside, and then I think there's two, might have been two places inside.
Okay.
We didn't get anything on day one, because I think we got something before we got to the festival.
Okay, so yeah, with it starting around noon, you could eat an early lunch.
Yeah, that's what we did. So we actually stepped out, and we went over to a little, just a little diner, I guess. It was Bardstown Burger.
Oh.
So we went and got some burgers, hung out for a little bit, and then we went back inside. So we're right in downtown Bardstown. So there's a ton of food options. There's all the food trucks. And if you go over to their main street, there's probably like 8, 9 different locations where you can go get food. There's some coffee shops, things like that.
Okay.
So there's a good amount of food, which you better take advantage of. Otherwise, you are going to be in a world of hurt. So, but yeah, that was pretty much our day 1. On day 2, they also have some other events that, this isn't just on day 2. On day 1, they also have these other events you can sign up for. And you get to hear from master distillers. You get to hear from just these big name industry people. And it's on different topics, from how to pick a specific barrel, how to reject a barrel, how to make a cocktail, how to pair, tons and tons of different things. So,
are these events ever an additional charge besides getting in?
So these events you have to pay for, and the price ranges, I think, from like $40 to, I think the most expensive was maybe $200, maybe more. But
were there free ones as well? Or if it's
not for these events.
Okay.
At the main stage events, those were free.
Okay.
But if you wanted to do one of these other nicer events, I guess you can call them, those ones you actually had to pay for.
Okay. And is that something that you like book when you get the tickets, or can you book them later?
You can book it later, but usually you'll probably want to book it when you actually get your ticket. So you'll get your ticket, and then it opens up a new set of things you can book, where you can get a locker or any of these other events. And that's where you can go through and pick what else you want. Because if you don't pick it right away, there's a good chance they're going to sell out.
Did you get a locker?
I did not.
Okay.
And I didn't really feel like we needed it.
Like for bringing in any items?
So they have a very long list of what you can and cannot bring in. So check that out on their website. Basically, if you have a backpack, you can actually bring in a backpack. They just have to search it first. Or just bring in a clear bag and you should be fine. Or if you're someone that wants to carry around a lot of bottles, they allow you to bring in a wagon. So
I love that.
I literally saw people pulling around little wagons.
Load up the wagon.
Yeah, those people are intense. Like, there was thousands of dollars worth of whiskey probably in those, which is insane to me.
Good for them.
Yeah. So there's that. Let me think. Yeah.
Kind of how late does the
festival only goes
go?
noon to 6, which actually brings me to my last point about what to kind of expect. When you do this, there's going to be a ton of after parties that are going to be going on. So there's going to be some at, I think Bardstown has one, Blue Run. I don't know if Lux Row did one, but all the big names usually will have some sort of after party. Usually, I think it's day 2. Or there's going to be bottle shares and things like that. But for the after parties, a lot of those you either have to get invited to, you have to talk to the distillery and see if they have anything open, or they're going to put it out on their website, usually about 2 months, 3 months before the actual event, and you can go on there and get a ticket for that.
Okay.
So unfortunately, we missed out on those this year just because I didn't know that was a thing. Tips and tricks for surviving. I know this is going to sound dumb, but number 1, hydrate. There were so many people who were not hydrating and were just like, you could tell they were not doing well. It's too easy just to go get a pour, 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 and then next thing you know, you're 9 pours deep and you haven't had enough water.
Or food.
So make sure you're drinking water in between. That's why I really like the hydration pack. I would say make sure you hydrate 2 days before, the day before at minimum. And if you can get the little like nutrition packs that runners usually use, get those and have that the day before, because it's hot. You're walking around all day. You're on your feet all day and you're tasting whiskey all day. It's a marathon. Like it's a lot. It is a lot. It is 6 hours of just go, 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 go. So be smart. Make sure you hydrate. And like Heather said, also make sure you eat, because that if you don't eat, it's not going to go well either. But another tip, make sure you study the map. So the festival is not the same year to year. Like things move.
Tricky.
So be sure that you check out where things are so that you're able to actually get to all of the spots. And if something is a little more backed up, so say this line's backed up, but you also want to go check out this distillery, just go check this one out and then loop back around. Mm-hmm. So have a plan, study the map, be flexible. It's going to make it go a lot easier for you. This I didn't realize if you like a certain distillery, be sure to check back every day to see what they're releasing, because they'll release something different on each day.
Oh,
So
tricky.
they're not always like, okay, here are the 10 bottles we have. It might be, here's the 10 bottles we have, and here's today's release. Tomorrow we have this. Sunday we have this. There were some bottles that came out Sunday, and I had no idea. Like, I think New Riff released a high note on Sunday, which
Ooh.
I didn't love the high note. However, it still would have been maybe nice to try it and maybe buy it, because if it was a different high note, that would have been kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, there's a lot that's going on. It is a ton of fun. If you haven't been, I highly recommend going. If you are someone who lives farther away and you have to fly, see if you can find someone who's driving, and then you can send the bottles back with them, or just be prepared for either expensive shipping or only being able to bring back so many bottles, because you can't bring too many on a plane, which kind of sucks, but understandable. So we are going to show you all of the bottles that we ended up getting this past weekend, and you guys can kind of take a look at that, but we will be doing a different video at a later date when we're actually going to be tasting through all of them, getting Heather's reactions on them, and seeing what she thinks, if I bought good bottles or not. It's going to be great. So first up, we're actually going to have you grab that bottle to your left. Yes, this is going to be EJ Curly. This bottle surprised me. I think they had this, and they also had a single barrel that was there. And we went to one of the seminars, and we got to listen to Old Forester, Peerless, and EJ Curly about blending. Now, this was funny because we also got to try the birthday bourbon, something from Peerless, I forget which exact one, and this. I enjoyed this, and Daniel enjoyed this way more than the birthday bourbon, which is like a heavily sought after bottle, and more than Peerless. I was shocked. But this was very surprising, so I had to go get a bottle of this, and yeah, it's just a really good bottle. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't too expensive. It's a small batch, but it is blended to perfection, honestly. I really liked it. So we'll see what you think of that one. Next, we have the one that influencers are freaking out about. So this is Silk Velvet.
Yeah, Silk Velvet.
I don't really know too much about this brand. All I know is that this is at 107, which puts it at the same proof of Weller 107. And this is honestly an insane bottle. A lot of influencers right now are saying this is the best bottle from the craft world right now, and that this one's going to be making waves, and to definitely keep your eyes out for this. So again, if you're online, keep your eyes open for Silk Velvet. There's going to be a lot of people talking about it, and I highly recommend seeing what they have to say. I know I'm going to be talking about it a little bit later, but yeah, that bottle is very surprising. The one I was searching for, you can see this one.
This is just chapter 1.
Yes, this is Cigar Session Chapter 1, and you can see she's already been opened. This is the one that we had at the lounge.
I haven't tried her yet, though.
If you don't know anything about Penelope, we're obsessed with Penelope, and I'm very thrilled to dive into that bottle, see what you think about it. Because I do think this is probably better than Rio or Havana.
Oh, wow.
Put you right there. What do we got next? Fresh. Just fresh. This is an interesting
Also,
bottle.
Can we point out the back of the bottle? Like that bottle art. I don't know if it...
But Fresh Bourbon out of Lexington, they actually were working with Hartfield & Company to help develop their whiskey, and I love Hartfield & Co. So,
little wax seal.
Yes. Also, black owned, so they're going to be super fun to dive into. What else we got? Got this little guy.
Oh, he's so cute.
This is Melwood coming out of Pursuit. So this is a revival style, and it's supposed to be like that pocket whiskey that you can just whoop, drop in your pocket.
This is so cute.
They have two others, I believe, in the Legacy collection, Anvil, and I'm losing the other one. If I can remember, I'll put it right here. But I wanted to get my hands on this originally, didn't, kind of kicked myself for it, got to try them there, really enjoyed this one. And one of our favorites. This is going to be the Founders Select Cinder and Smoke.
I'm actually really excited for this one.
This was my favorite bottle that I got to try at Kentucky Bourbon Fest. It has a lot going on. They pulled 3 barrels from the cinder and smoke profile and blended them together. I think they actually pulled 10, and then they picked 3.
3 of them.
And that's what came out of it. I forget how many bottles came out of this one. It might be, yeah, it's on there.
Batch number?
Nope, so it's 497. And this is bottle number 11. So, again, super excited about this. We
Also,
love the bar. We love
shout
cinder and
out
smoke.
the people at the bar. Fantastic. I absolutely loved the tour we did there because the people were so
They're just
nice
great.
and just.
So that was a ton of fun. Really enjoyed this one. This is probably my favorite bottle, like I said, from the entire festival.
Okay.
And lastly, nothing too crazy. This is going to be a Rebel 10 single barrel. So another one from Lux Row. Just a basic Rebel, but 10-year single barrel. I really enjoyed this one out of their profile. So we'll see where this stacks up. I arguably think this is going to be the lowest one out of all of them, but that's just my pre-tasting guess. Because I did not taste these all in the same day. I think these ones were day 2 and maybe these ones were day 1. Don't remember. But there's a lot of bourbon here. So we're going to be doing another video where we taste through all of these and give you our notes on it. And we'll get Heather's reaction to see if it's actually worth it or not. So that is Kentucky Bourbon Fest wrap up. Like I said, there was a ton to do. It was very overwhelming. It was a ton of fun. A lot of fun getting to try new bottles. A lot of fun getting to talk with people. A lot of fun just hanging out and seeing what's out there and kind of what's coming. There's, oh my gosh, I just realized there's another bottle that we missed. There's 8 bottles. Where is he? Where's that bottle? So this was the last bottle that we missed. My apologies. This is Jefferson Purchase, or Jefferson
like a new
Jackson
one.
Purchase. I keep doing that. I keep saying Jefferson's Purchase. Jackson Purchase, coming out of southwestern Kentucky. And this is a 4-year-old whiskey. Absolutely blew me away. I was extremely shocked at how good this is. Basically, the distillery says we are not doing tours, we don't have a tasting room, we don't have a bar, we don't have any of this stuff. We are just making whiskey. That's all they want to focus on right now. I'm guessing they'll probably bleed over into doing some other stuff later, but
Just batch number 1,
my, oh my.
foolproof.
This bottle is really good. Yes, it is already open. I had to pour some out for my brother to let him
It's
take
bottled in Bardstown, but that's not where it's aged.
Nope, they are aging and distilling somewhere else. And then, I'm guessing since they're so small, they just have Bardstown actually do the bottling for them. But yeah, so we will also be tasting this guy. I'm going to keep this guy up here now. I'll let you put him somewhere.
Yes. Very
Now,
nice.
that is Kentucky Bourbon Fest. That is our haul. We'll be tasting those at a later date, and definitely think you guys should check that video out because that's going to be really fun to see your reaction for all of that.
Yeah, we'll have to decide how we want to do it.
Oh, no, we're just going to go through just...
Is it going to be blind, though?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't think we'll do it blind. Because, I wasn't tasting them blind.